What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on our BMW 2017 330i, and I'll show it to you right here. 330, and we're going to be doing front and rear brakes. This is the rear brake video first, and we're going to go ahead and get to it. I got the tire off. I've already done the passenger side. Now the passenger side does have the brake sensor. I'll show it to you. This is it. The end of it right there. You just pull it out, but when you go to put the new one in, make sure that that little nipple right there, you can't really see it, but there's like a little nipple right here, how it dips up, and kind of see it's a little blurry, but make sure that's facing the rotor and it goes on the pad that attaches to the caliper. You'll see what I mean whenever I get to it. And then you have like a little quick connect right there. That's all it really is. You'll see it on, should see it on my front video for the front, but here is the rear. So whenever you're doing the sensor wire is going to come out of the middle. It's going to come up. It's going to be attached to the little bleeder nipple piece. You just pop that up, pull it out of there. Then it is routed up this control arm right there. Oh, actually this one, sorry. But it's routed right here. You can see where this one's got the brackets. And then it comes up behind the spring and over like this. You'll see it it's right here where this one is. You take this little plastic 10mm off. There's a little cover up inside of here. And you just open it up and you just disconnect the wire. Pretty simple, nothing major to it. I thought they both had them. They don't. Because there was two sensors in the box for the brake pads, but there's only one sensor on this one. So, and then there's one front sensor, which it come with two also. So I don't know if some of them come with two, some come with one. Don't know. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this right here off. I like to get a pry bar. You can push up and pull back. You see how easy that come out? Pretty simple. Then on the back right here, you have these little caps where the bolt slider pins go. This is what they are. There's one on the bottom too. The bottom one's a little harder to get to, but it's got little caps on it. And you're going to use an 8mm. Now, I have a one to keep it from stripping them. That's just the ones I use. You can use a regular one. I know I'm moving out all around, and I don't mean to be doing that. It's just I gotta set y'all up, but I just want to kind of show y'all a few things. These are not really all that tight, so you should be able to break them loose fairly easy. But let me set y'all up so y'all can kind of watch this better and kind of get an idea of how we're doing everything. And that way you're not getting all dizzy looking at everything. So I got y'all kind of set up. Best I can do for the moment. But like I said, 8mm, pull these right here off. It's not really tight. And once I thread them out enough, use a screwdriver, a pick, something, and you're going to use it to push the slider out. There we go. And here is your slider pin. Put that somewhere it won't get dirty. We're going to make sure we lube it up with some brake lube before we throw it back in. So this doesn't have electronic e-brakes, which is surprising to me on a 2017. I figure BMW would have used them on this one way before this, but it just has regular manual e-brakes on here. And then these are just push-in pistons. They're not screw-in, which is another thing. A lot of people think all European cars have screw-in pistons, which they don't. Come on. Should be getting close. Figured it was close enough to pull it out. A busy little road today. And this is just a little side road. It ain't even a main road. Okay. Caliper off. Pull the slide pin out. Here is your brake. And you can see just how thin they are. They were really thin on this one. Now there's a 6mm Allen. I use a little impact driver. It pulls them right out. BMWs typically don't season. They're too much. They pretty much come off pretty easy. And now, last thing we need to do is pull this bracket off. And to do this, there's two 16mm on the back, and we're going to pull those off. Now these are a little tight. God. Yeah, these are a lot of tight. Ooh, I can't get these. I'm going to have to move y'all. I'm going to take these out real quick, and then I'll bring y'all back and show you what the bolts look like. We got the bracket off. Here it is right there. And there are our bolts. They do have blue thread locker. And as you can see, this rotor is not coming off. So we're going to have to hit it to get it off. So. Yes, I know I could have hit it better. But I was holding the camera and swinging with my right arm sideways, and I'm sitting down, as y'all can see. It was a crotch shot, but y'all probably didn't want to see that. Hub itself don't look bad. A little bit of rust right here, but the mating surface itself looks pretty good. Here are the rotors we went with. Went with Advance, not a sponsor. That's who we went with. Who had them in stock, actually. And there are two different sizes on the back. I think there's 300s, and it was either 330 or 345 millimeter. These are the 300s. I think the 345s, 330s, whatever, are like the M Sport and the blue calipers. So if you have like an M Sport package, or if you have ones with the blue calipers, I think they're a little bit bigger. Because there may be like a Brembo brake package or something like that. But these are the rotors. I forgot to give you a part number. YH514072P for the rear. Here are your brake pads. And PXD16138H. And let me show y'all what I mean by these are the ones that attach to the caliper. They have that little spring in there. The front ones, they do not. So, let me get my piston compressor set up, because I'm using like my screw-in kit. It comes with one that just presses too. But let me get it set up, bring y'all back, and show me like pressing them in. So I got it set up right here, and just show you how easy these push in. I'm doing this one-handed. I mean, it is going in super easy. And you can use a C-clamp, you can use a brake compressor, you can use whatever you need to push these in. I mean, this has got to be one of the easiest brakes I've ever had to go push back in like this. And there we go. Okay. little bit more. Okay. And then you grab it and pull. See that? Now I'm going to take the new one and we're going to put some brake grease around there on the contact, a little bit on the spring, right in here and on the outside. So that way it doesn't make any noise, and any contact areas we're going to put brake grease on. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the fronts right here, and then on the other pad we're going to put some on the front. Not much because we're putting it on that too. And then we're going to put a little bit on the same spots on the parts where it sits into the bracket. And I'm going to go ahead and put the bracket on. I got this put on already, the rotor. That right there, I just used my impact driver and just went in a little bit. I didn't torque that. That's just to hold the brake caliper on, make things a little easier for you. But the bracket itself torques to 50 Newton meters and then an additional 60 degrees. And then before I put the caliper on, I'll come back and show you how I put all the grease and stuff on there. But these torque to 28 Newton meters on the pins. I got the bracket on. I haven't tightened down these bolts. You can see how loose it is. But just want to show you, put some brake grease right there. This is the brake grease I use. I like the CRC stuff. You can use whatever you want to. I just find that stuff right there works very well. Got good temperature resistance and all that. Also, the bottom does come with, or the back does come with a new pin. But we're going to tighten these down, torque them. Once I get through, I'll bring it back, close out the video, and kind of go over everything one more time, just to let y'all know what torque specs and all that is. Alright, so let's go over this one more time. Slider pin caliper bolts that go and hold on to the bracket, those are 28 Newton meters. Then the bracket itself, that is 50 plus an additional 60 degrees. And that's pretty much all the torque specs. And then you're just going to put your wheel back on, and don't forget to put the spring on and the caps over your bolts. Remember, passenger side does have the brake sensor. Make sure you put that on. It just snaps right into the top of the brake shoe. On the back side, it snaps into the piston. Just remember that. Make sure the little sensor piece, the little nipple part of it's facing the rotor. That way, whenever it makes contact with the rotor, it lets you know that your brakes are due. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Need an 8mm Allen, 6mm Allen, and a 16mm to take the bracket off, and a torque wrench and a ratchet, whatever else you want to use to help aid in that. And then some kind of compressor. Pretty straightforward on this. It's not real complicated. A lot of people think just because it is a BMW that they are a lot more complicated. They're not really. It's just make sure you get Allens. Sometimes it's torque, sometimes it's triple squares. Germans like to do stuff like that. But this is pretty much it. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, or a quick way of doing something, let me know in the comment section. Get to it as soon as possible. If you didn't like the video, let me know why. Also, check out other stuff. I got 400 videos, I think, now. Check it all out. But this is it. Y'all know what to do. Hit the buttons. And remember, torque to tight. Y'all have a great day.